30 years. I really want you to think about how long that is. Let's do the math. Beep, boop, beep, boop. 10,958 days. 262,980 hours. For some, that's a lifetime. For me, half a lifetime. I hope. That's how long I agonized over writing the next great American novel. Not publishing it, not finishing it, but thinking about it. Oh. I had the ambition. I had my heroes, like Vonnegut and Kafka, and I wanted to be just like them. So what stopped me? This lady did. My wife. Hey, I gotta blame somebody, don't I? By the way, she's not really a ninja. What stopped me was something far more persuasive, something that's inside of all of us. It tells us, you're no good, and why even bother? It is a voice, the critic, the destroyer of dreams. It is called the internal censor. This talk isn't about how to be a writer. It's not about talent or inspiration. It's about what happens when you let that voice run your life, and how to decide when to let it drive and when to put it in the passenger seat and let it wait quietly for its turn. So, speaking of driving, did you know I almost failed my written driving exam when I was 15? I did. I was asked a very simple question. What do you do when the light turns yellow? I panicked, smashed on the gas pedal and run through it. Wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. I chose one wrong answer after another. You're blowing it. That voice, let's call him Daryl, told me, you're not going to pass this. I did, but just barely. So what does that story have to do with my talk? Absolutely nothing. I love public humiliation. Thank you for indulging me. Have a great rest of the TED Talk. Okay. All right, I'll come back. I let Daryl, my internal censor, do the driving. And from that moment, he drove my dreams, especially of being a writer. And I allowed him to crush them. 30 years ago, I graduated from the University of Wisconsin. Go Badgers! Yeah, thank you. Without any direction in my life, but a full head of hair, I decided I want to be a writer. Fame and fortune awaited me. Within a year, I'd be the toast of the literary world. But what started with such promise became my signature move. I put way too much pressure on myself to create something amazing. That pressure, just like in my driving exam, led to self-doubt, which made me second-guess myself and write in these sporadic fits. I would jot something down, I would stop, get up, start pacing, and repeat the process. For years, this cycle became my writing routine. Decades went by. Writing became something I hated and despised so much. So I gave up. And that lingering desire to write a novel still lingered. Nothing changed, except for my hairline. That is, until I decided to do a podcast with my best friend. Do-over! With help from my wife, Morgan, the ninja, we came up with a dynamic premise. Choose a movie, often a bad one, and rewrite the ending. Oh, us rewriting endings. That was great. But what happened was, when the day came to record, I look at my notes, and that voice, Daryl, would come out and say, "This writing sucks. You're going to make a fool of yourself." I spent the morning of podcast day frantically riding my bike, constantly negotiating with Daryl so I could write something to record. We came to an agreement. I assured him he would have his time, but not now. He needed to let my thoughts run free. Ideas poured out of me, unfiltered. Writing became something I looked forward to. But Farrell knew something that I would later realize. Deadlines became the only way I could write, and he punished me for it. Even though I had this unhealthy addiction to deadlines, I convinced myself, hey, let's start writing the book again. This time, I'm doing it different. Doing it different. Oh, yeah. No. What happened was, Farrell showed up and said, "No way, Jose," which was strange because my name's not Jose. He criticized every idea and every word I used. I was starting, stopping, pacing, snacking. Lots and lots of snacking. I wrote 35 excruciating pages, and he scrutinized every single one. Once again, I told myself, you're not a writer. But why did this happen after my breakthrough, I wondered. I turned to Dr. Charles Lim, a brain specialist at Johns Hopkins University. He explained to me that the internal censor lives in that part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, that craves control and perfection. But then I thought, was Farrell, my internal censor, always a bad thing? According to Dr. Lim, your internal censor can be incredibly helpful as well, but not at the beginning stages of creativity. Once your ideas are fleshed out, Farrell comes in and he is an invaluable partner when you're revising and editing something. There we go. not working. Okay. That's really going to throw me off. Oh, thank you. Okay. So, if you've ever had that desire to write something or do something, and you've tried in vain to do it, then you know the sadness that remained inside of me. I needed Farrell to stop being so critical. So, I tried a different approach. Preparation. I spent 8 months reading everything I could about writing a novel. Morgan noticed I was reading instead of watching baseball, and she encouraged my exploration. But my research became another excuse not to write. Morgan noticed this too, and told me point blank, "Get in the kitchen and make me a sandwich." Now, she said I needed to start writing. Can you imagine what happened next? There's my lady. Can you imagine what happened next? All of my hair grew back. No. I sat down to write, and nothing happened. Then, I had the moment of clarity I so desperately needed. I visited my elderly parents. My dad, he's 99. My mom is 87. If I lived to be their age, I thought, would I regret not having written a book? I would. If I was going to do something, it had to be now. I did have one thing going for me, though. A new idea for a book. This time, I was committed to doing things differently. I planned thoroughly. Daryl noticed, but kept quiet. For the first time since I began writing, Daryl sat in the passenger seat and let me do the driving. Ideas flowed out of me. I was no longer starting and stopping. I was still snacking, though. Lots and lots of snacking. Farrell worked with me instead of against me. Preparation became our bond. I can now proudly say that I spent almost a year and a half writing every day, and I finished my book. Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. During a break between revisions, my hard drive crashed and I lost the entire thing. My whole book. Can you imagine that happening? Oh my God, that would have killed me. No. Oops. No. Stay there. No. I went back to my original book. This time, I again was going to do something different. I planned thoroughly. The fear remained, though. Old thoughts resurfaced like, you're not going to finish the book. And why are you even bothering? Why was I bothering with this? Farrell noticed that he was creating fear inside me and honored our old agreement, which was so great because I really needed him to honor our old agreement. He waited for my ideas to be fully realized and put on paper. When it was his turn, he came in and provided the guidance and critique that I so desperately needed. This new relationship with my internal censor allowed me to finish something I spent 30 years trying to write. My book. My original book. I have written 59 chapters.
Wow.
There we go. Thank you. So, what do I want you to take away from this talk? I don't know. Let's ask this guy. Hey, old timer. What do you think? Yeah. Your internal censor doesn't have to be your enemy. It's there to help. So, embrace it. Just not at the beginning stages of creativity. Put your Pharaoh in the passenger seat. Remind him he'll have his time, just not now. And don't wait 30 years to begin. Thank you.